Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you and to everybody out there on YouTube right now. This is your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Podcast Show. Today I'm actually going to start talking about James Gunn's Superman Legacy. There has been a big buzz after Guardians of the Galaxy 3, uh, pushing towards a billion. Big opening weekend, big opening week. Everything has been going really good. People have been just tremendously, talking about James Gunn's writing, the way he casts his characters, this whole development, especially with the villain. So we gotta talk about it. Is Guardians of the Galaxy the future of what he could do in DC and the DCU? I believe he can. But that's what I got you guys for. So we're going to talk about that today. Again, hopefully you guys are healthy. Hope you guys are happy. As my man Heavy Ganna say, but you know how we do it around here. The real question is, all right. And you already know what I'm rocking today. But wrong side. Yeah. Y'all know what I'm rocking today. Celtics, baby. And I kept telling people, as long as my man Jason Tatum, if he do what he do that he's been doing in the fourth quarter, he do that all four quarters, can't nobody stop him. And my man was giving Joel B the business. And I was happy. So right over here, back to the Eastern Conference Finals one more time. I was gonna be a whole gremlin today, just fresh out of the water, just spreading, because my team is like that. And it's funny because I was talking to my homie at my gig, and I was like, "Yo, this is gonna turn into the bubble all over again." Denver, Miami, Boston, LA. And even in the bubble, I was like, man, for ratings, everybody would love to see a LA Boston matchup. Like, who wouldn't want to see the Lakers and the Celtics in the finals, like it's 2008 all over again? You know what I'm saying? Or 2009, like it's 1986. You know what I'm saying? All over again. You know what I mean? When a young Michael Jordan had to try to take down five Hall of Famers, and he was the only one. There was a future Hall of Famer on that team, and still giving them buckets, just couldn't prevail. But still, you know what I mean? Can't wait. You know what I mean? To see exactly if we could get that matchup. I already called it. Lakers, Celtics in the finals. But I ain't gonna lie to man, is a problem. He is a problem. You know what I mean? So and then on the other side, Jimmy Buckets has been doing what he does, give you buckets. So hopefully we can do what we did to him last year and shut him down. Shut down Miami. Like it's Freaknik or something. Shut it down. But again, I hope you guys are being cool. As long as y'all not doing what John Moran was doing. I'm gonna just mention. Okay, so technically, what John Morant was doing was not illegal, right? What John Morant is guilty of is for one, the court of public opinion, for one. And number two, you just came back to the team and said you wasn't going to do certain things, but here we go. And that's what he's most, because it's not illegal to own it. You can be a registered gun owner. You still have the right to bear arms. But if I was making $200 million to go play basketball, and somehow, some way, Dre Mack was really, really good at that. Dre Mack was actually over 6 foot, and I could dunk a basketball over grown men's heads. Dre Mack ain't wasting that money. Dre Mack has been through a lot of things in his life, but Dre Mack ain't wasting $200 million. I'm telling you that right now. The things that I've seen in certain neighborhoods, there's no way in the world that somebody's close to John Morant ain't saying, hey, look, dude, I get it, but you're not from this life, man. There ain't no reason why you should adopt a life or a lifestyle that constantly see young black men being murdered and sent to jail every year, every day. You know, we can talk all day about policing and, you know, and the justice system or whatever, but if we fall for the banana in the tailpipe because we think that we're above whatever else is going on, then what does that say about us? You see what I mean? And a person like John Morant has the influence that he could be able to steer young people that are looking for a way out. Like, were you in that? You trying to get out. You're not trying to stick in and hang with the homies like that. You trying to find each and every way. How can I get out this hellhole? You know, when you making $200, that's not a hellhole. You get to go back to your luxury house in your luxury car and go live a luxury lifestyle. The homies out there that you trying to rep in LA don't get to go to that because they wondering, if I go to the wrong neighborhood, would I be shot? I lived on 131st, and I'm going to get to Superman, but I just got to say this. I lived on 131st of Wilmington Avenue in Compton, California in 2003. There ain't nothing cool about it. It wasn't, and I know that things are probably different now because it's been 20 years since I lived in California. I lived in Compton. Well, when I was in Compton, the ghetto bird was telling you to get your ass in the house at 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Because of a curfew. Then if you run to the wrong neighborhood, the homies is telling you, hey, homie, what you doing here? Yo, where you stay at? Where your mama stay at? Where you from? I mean, straight G-checking you. Now, if John Morant want to do that, if you want to just live through that, by all means, go ahead. But there's only two ways that it ends. Ain't none of them happy. There's been so many people that have died by the hands of gang violence and trying to be cool and try to be hard. Homie, dog, you have something that a lot of people would never have. Like literally, I was on Hasbro Pulse and they took down this man's starting lineup figure. I remember having a John Stockton starting lineup figure because the Michael Jordan was always gone. You know what I mean? Or, you know, Michael was my favorite player. That's the only thing they had left. You know what I mean? And ironically, that figure taught me how to shoot a basketball too, properly. Put the elbow in. But anyway, I'm just saying, man, it's a precautionary tale to homies that look up to Ja Morant. You know, the kids out here that look up to Ja Morant, they see what he's doing. That ain't the life you want. That's not you don't want that to be your legacy because you wasted $200 trying to be a whole dumbass out of here, try to impress some people. You know what I'm saying? That's not even, they don't care about you when you dead and gone. They ain't gonna take care of your mama. They ain't gonna take care of your daddy. They're not gonna take care of your kids if you got kids. They don't care. But you will benefit to them because you down. But when you stop being a benefit, that's when it stopped cracking. Eric, what's going on, man? Good morning to you. You said you was running with Dre and Cube in Compton. Nah, what Dre and Q? Dre and Q wasn't in Compton when I was in Compton. But I did get to see DJ Quick when I lived in Compton too at the Rap Burger. We're not down there, like literally on Wilmington Avenue. It was crazy because DJ Quick is one of my favorite producers of all time. One of my favorites. You know what I mean? If you've never heard Safe and Sound, aesthetically, the sound is so phenomenal. But that's a story for another day. Anyway, I'm going to get to the main story. But Past Dre, tell them what they can win as soon as I hit 200 subscribers. What's up? This your man Dre Mack. Want a chance to win a little bit of my money?
Got my money?
Well, all you got to do is like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. You know why? Because I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers.
Baby needs shoes. My wife needs clothes.
Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, if you like, share, and subscribe to this channel, you will actually have a chance to win a $100 gift card.
Message.
Again, like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm giving away $100. Want a chance to win? All you got to do is do that, and I'll see you on the other side. Hopefully, you're the winner. Some of you guys are the winner. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, this channel is going to grow. And I know this channel is going to grow. So the people that rock with me, like Eric Shaw, Terrell, D Stizzle, Mika, you know what I mean? They rock with me every day. With the funk, you know, when he can, a lot of other people, you know what I mean? I want to make sure that y'all with me still when this thing is cracking. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you this. This channel will grow exponentially. And I don't know if I said it like T.I., but I'm trying to. It's early in the morning. I got my coffee. I'm trying to say it like T.I. But when it grows and it gets big, I want you guys to still be rocking with me. Then I would never forget you guys. You know what I'm saying? That rocks with me. Anyway, let's get to the main topic. And if you go on Twitter right now, Superman is trending. And Superman is trending for a good reason. And that's because James Gunn put on a master class of storytelling with the Guardians of the Galaxy. If I was already a big fan of James Gunn, and I already said it was a feather in DC's cap to snatch him when he got fired from Disney. You know what I mean? So, you know, bringing James Gunn over now to the DCU to be able to build up that franchise, I'm telling y'all, it's in excellent hands. And he's getting better at storytelling. And that's one thing that you have to realize in DC. I mean, it's like that with comics anyway, but there was this theme he talked about with gods and monsters, right? And in the Guardians of the Galaxy, we literally saw gods and monsters at play. They tried to make Rocket the monster. You know what I'm saying? And the high evolutionary was Dr. Frankenstein. And when Dr. Frankenstein realized that the monster was smarter than him in each and every way, he couldn't handle that. He couldn't take that. Now, with the vast majority of the comic book characters in DC, because DC owes all of it. What up, Blue? What's up with it, Blue? With DC owning all of their characters, they have the whole toy box to play with. Would I tell you DC is going to start? This is going to be the Monday Night Wars, y'all. This is going to be WCW versus WWE. And shout out to Blue, because Blue did a short video about Disney and they're riding on their name basically. And are they going to continue just to ride on the namesake alone? Which their name is synonymous and bigger than anything. I mean, you got like big names: Disney, Michael Jordan, Yeezy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, LeBron James. You know, they're in that realm, but you still got to stay competitive. I believe in 2025, that's going to be the start of the Monday Night Wars. That's going to be the shot heard around the world. That is going to be the kickoff, because I gotta say, you know, what James Gunn did with this trilogy and making the protagonist, you know, not even obvious, the true protagonist of Guardians of the Galaxy, and not even making it obvious, even though there were clues that, you know, we didn't know. We were just watching the film and enjoying it. What he's going to do with Superman is going to be amazing. And we need to jump on this ride. So I'm going to share this from Gizmodo. And he's talking about Superman Legacy. What up, Mika G? You want to say congratulations to the old Celtics? To the Celtics? Oh my goodness. But I love y'all. I love you though. You know what I mean? You know what? I am. Give me just a second because I forgot that I am using a new browser. So remember, I was having all those problems. It was Chrome. It was Chrome. So now that I know it's Chrome and I've talked to StreamYard, we've communicated, and I'm using a different browser. You know what I mean? It seems like I'm having a little bit more success. Okay, hold on real quick. Lakers is 6 months. Okay. Lakers got to get past Yoke first. Get past them first, and then you come holler at me. Okay. All right. Give me just a second. I'm trying to share my screen. Might have to select my window. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, I can't access that either. Oh man, it's always something. It is always something. Oh, that's they the 7th seed for a reason. Trust me, we should have been the 1st seed. Well, we allowed we man. Okay, let me see if that'll do it. Okay, I won't be able to share my screen for some reason. Some crazy reason. So, give me just a, let me just get just a. It's the bubble championship all over again. Except this time, we ain't going out like that. Okay, for some reason I can't share my screen. All right. All right. All right, give me just a second, y'all. Okay, so he's in this film. I can't share my screen for some reason. I don't know if it's because this is if it's locked or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, this is my first time using Firefox, and for some reason, it won't allow me to share my second screen. But basically, he was just James Gunn is just talking about what he feels he wants to do for Guardians. I mean, what he wanted to do for Guardians, um, in how, at the same time that he just wanted to make a compelling story, and that was the heart of it. And I do think that a lot of times when we're discussing movies, I think the number one thing that I've seen so far is that the story's not good. And, even with that being said, like, if the story's not good, how are you benefiting um from the motivation of the writer? How are you benefiting as a moviegoer? How is that benefiting your emotions, your emotional roller coaster, your emotional ride? And the person from Gizmodo, asked him, like, hey, well, how does that equate to Superman? And he said, wait, I just want to tell a compelling story first. And let me just go from there. And I think that is where James Gunn shines at, telling the complete story. I always bring up Peacemaker because Peacemaker was surprising. Number one, you had John Cena, who, and a lot of people can attest to this, is that when you have these, I'm a big WWE fan, big wrestling fan, not as much as I am at the product like I used to be, but in wrestling, a lot of the wrestlers don't really translate well when it comes to the big screen. Batista surprised me. You know what I mean? John Cena surprised me. And because they're based off a script and then they got to go put their body through hell, you know what I'm saying, during a match for entertainment, a lot of times, again, it doesn't translate well when it comes to like the big screen. Hulk Hogan was a big star, but Hulk Hogan was playing Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan couldn't play anybody else but Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? Shawn Michaels has been on the big screen. Well, in the big screen function, but it was, for God. The Undertaker, was a superb commando. Randy Orton, Steve Austin. I was about to call him Sonny Steve Austin. That's how bad. That's how far I was going back. So on and so forth. But the major play, like, nobody's seen Dave Batista. They didn't see that coming. I did. I sure in the hell. When I tell you that I started to hate John Cena's character, and I was with him since he was a prototype in OVW. You know what I mean? But he was a doctor of thugonomics. He came out rapping, and then he came out with the all of that. I was with that. And then his character got stale in WWE. And then he kind of left and went to Hollywood. And when I heard he was gonna be in the Suicide Squad, I was like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Surprised me with his comedic talent. Okay. You know what I mean? He wasn't well written in Fast 9 at all. That movie's not well written. It's just a big dumb flick. Sorry. I like it and I don't. Because the logical side of me is like, who wrote this? You know what I'm saying? But the big dumb action side of me was like, explosion, fun. You know what I mean? So, but once James Gunn wrote for him, and there was different type of emotion, like him playing Home Sweet Home, I believe. He was playing the piano. That was him really playing. The emotions that he was having when he was listening to the hair metal bands, and James Gunn's always been really good with associating music with whatever the character is feeling, so the song tells the story. You know what I'm saying? Why that character is going through that emotion. He's done that with Guardians. The soundtrack of Guardians is excellent. You know what I mean? So, but it's always been with that emotional tune is what the song has been played. So afterwards, I looked at John Cena in a whole totally different light, like with the right director and the right writing. This dude is a fucking star, and I didn't think that he wore that big goofy outfit, the big goofy helmet, and he sold it like he does in wrestling. Except for the five knuckle shuffle, you can never sell that. So when it comes to Superman, there has to be a compelling story because he is the god amongst monsters, and the monsters 9 times out of 10 are the humans. Especially in the world of Superman. Now I'm going to get you a teacher. Yeah. I kind of say I'm just going to check back over this again. Yeah, I gotta have Lakers and Celtics. But you said I heard James Gunn was looking for a black Lex Luthor for Superman. I haven't heard that, and honestly, James Gunn is very vocal on social media, especially on Twitter, and I haven't heard that at all. But this is something that I wanted to read. It says, this is what James Gunn was saying on the video that I can't show it. I can't share my screen. This is playing excellent, but I still got to be able to share my screen. I can't say I'm looking for any particular emotions to bring out through Superman, but I don't want it to be unemotional. I don't want it to deny that we are, as human beings, emotional characters, and that Superman is also that. And what benefits Superman a lot is because he grew up with human parents in Kansas, and that humanized him a lot. And when I mean humanize, I love Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel, but I love the original Superman movies more. And the reason, well, 1 and 2 is a Richard Donner cut. I gotta say that. But the reason why I did it is because you could tell that they were trying to bring some humanity out of, for one, Clark Kent is a character within himself. And then you have the Superman persona. You know what I'm saying? And you match those up perfectly. You have a great story. You know what I mean? And that's what, like, I literally need. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that Zack Snyder's Superman rendition is going to be is going to be better than James Gunn. James Gunn is going to be better or whatever. I'm appreciating art, but from a storytelling point of view, I believe Gunn can tell a better story than Zack Snyder. I love Zack Snyder's aesthetics, his slow motions, his color grading, the way the film looks. It literally looks like it, especially if you read any of the DC line, but especially like the DC Black line, and a lot of it looked like he could pop right out of DC Black. You know what I mean? And again, I believe that James Gunn is the perfect person. Now, y'all might think that, because I had a conversation with my brother about Adam Warlock, and what I had to, me and my brother was talking back and forth, and I'm probably going to go grab this real quick. But matter of fact, I am going to go grab it. Hold on, y'all. All right. Thank you guys for being so patient. So, I'm going to show you guys my prized possession when it comes to my comics. This is New Mutants. I'm going to put this up here. New Mutants 98, right? So, this is the first introduction to Deadpool. Now, when they introduced Deadpool, he was supposed to be like Spider-Man with knives. That was the concept. That's why he has favorable aesthetics, especially this cover, which is drawn by Rob Liefeld. If you guys can see that. It introduced Gideon, Domino, Deadpool. Cable just got introduced in 87, which I have the second print of that. I think that's Boom Boom. I can't think of the girl's name. That's on there too. Boom Boom. I can't think of the other two characters' name offhand. But this is the first introduction to Deadpool. Now, when you read this and you're a fan of Deadpool, what you see now, you know, him breaking the fourth wall, him being completely obnoxious. Like, when I say obnoxious, just saying off the wall what is it? I was about to say Pop Warner. You know, pop references and all of that. He's just talking a lot in here, but it's not the same Deadpool that you get, you know, later on in from 97 on up when Fabian Nicieza was writing Deadpool. So I was telling my brother, yeah, the introduction to Adam Warlock, but first of all, beginning of that was amazing. He beat the brakes off the Guardians of the Galaxy. Beat the brakes off the Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's not get it twisted. He was giving hands. Now, of course, James Gunn, you know, reveals in the movie by Alicia, because Alicia said, hey, I ain't the one that opened up the oven too early. I told you to let him cook. And I don't mean in the rap battle. So a lot of people didn't like that Adam Warlock was really naive. You know, he looked at Aisha as a mother, which was not in the original comics. And I think it's Fantastic Four in the 1970s is when he was introduced. You know, he ended up basically being Space Jesus in the comics, in Infinity War, and Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity Crusade, you know, Adam Warlock's time with the Guardians, all of that stuff, right? But I can say the same thing about DP. Now, DP is my favorite comic book character of all time. I actually have a signed book also by one of the writers of Deadpool too. Amazing. When Deadpool X marks the spot, when Deadpool was getting recruited to be an X-Men. So in X-Men 2, when they do the whole trainee thing, that literally comes from X marks the spot. Even wears a similar type of shirt, you know what I'm saying, that's that Cyclops gave him, in that comic. You know what I mean? So I do have a signed copy. I can't think of the name of the artist, the name of the writer, but I have a signed copy of that. To make a long story short, things evolve. So now that you establish, you establish a character, you establish a small character arc that we could be able to build upon. He literally had Aisha blow up in his face. That was his mother figure. He didn't know no better. He was naive. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to go after the Guardians to try to, because he didn't know no better. Still trying to go steal Rocket and give it to the High Evolutionary, even though the High Evolutionary just killed the mother that you don't even know you had. So, you know, of course, Groot saves him. Then Adam Warlock end up saving Peter Quill. Spoiler alert. Adam Warlock, you know, saves Peter Quill when he was in the vacuum of space. There's character growth to be done. And you have to have someone with some real acting chops. That's why I said, Will Poulter, you might not like his face, but he's actually a perfect person to play him because he could be able to play multiple characters. When you introduce Magnus, you gotta have You know, someone who could be able to play a evil version of himself. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna come. But that's why you got to give it grace, because if they would have canceled him after the first couple of issues, he would have been just like Gideon. Ain't nobody heard from Gideon since this. You know what I mean? Domino went on to be a big character, but Gideon in this cover is the odd man out. You know what I mean? So any character could be Gideon. But if you develop a character that has an arc that they can build upon, you know, basically, I look at, you know, what he did with Adam Warlock is what Taika Waititi did with Thor. But I want the arcs to go the opposite direction. You know, Thor started off serious and got more goofier. You know what I'm saying? Once he loosened up, started hanging around, people wasn't so uptight. I need Adam to go that way. And now that Adam is actually out of the MCU, and how that they made Rocket the antagonist, and Rocket was the heart and soul of the Guardians. Just think of what he could do with Superman and Brainiac being the same type of character like the High Evolutionary, you know, Lex Luthor, you know, all of this stuff. Man, I'm just getting excited thinking about it, just because of the way that he developed these characters over the course period of time over 3 movies. The same thing happened with Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, if you look at Spider-Man Homecoming, or go back to his first introduction in Civil War, we love Tom Holland now. We was like, Spider-Man, yeah. Then you start going from No Way Home, Far From Home, him in Infinity War, him in Endgame, going into No Way Home. You know what I mean? And how the character progressed. You told this whole origin story over 3 films. And when I say this is one of the best trilogies, when I talk about the Guardians, the MCU had 9 certified bangers. The Spider-Man series, the Guardian series, Captain America series. 3 certified bangers. Certified. Because Captain America is literally one of the most accurate comic book movies that Marvel has made, period. The almost the most so you didn't have a white Nick Fury with the Howling Commandos. You know what I mean? But as far as what Captain America is from like the 1930s, again, you know, 1940s. They started off basically Captain America is propaganda. But the writer expressed that in the movie. Then he was just nothing but the Star Spangled Man. It just make people feel good. But in the comics, that's what he was. You know, the comic of him punching Hitler, he was propaganda for the war. To get little kids like, yeah, we need to punch Hitler. Psh. Now, I'm not saying Hitler's not supposed to be punched, but he was made for propaganda, American propaganda. They put that in comics. So as the character continued to grow over the years, after multiple writers, that's where you get where this writer is at, right? Where that character is at right now. But you got to give it some grace. And all I'm saying is, give James Gunn is going to take the keys to this, and they were riding in Yugos, or they going Ferrari. I'm saying it right now. Dre Mack is guaranteeing you the Monday Night Wars Superman Legacy is gonna kick this mug off. And when Superman Legacy kicks off, and he's putting his hands on these other projects, Monday Night Wars all over again. It is going to be awesome for the fans, because we're going to be getting really, all I care about is really good content. And we know we're going to get really good content, at least from, you know, the way that James Gunn is positioning himself. He's going to give us really good content, along with Marvel giving their content. And now you flipping the channels back in the day. Who I'm going to watch today? Am I going to watch DC? Am I going to watch Marvel? You know who benefited off the Monday Night Wars? Guys like me, who was flicking through WCW and WWE. You know what I'm saying? Who was going to reign supreme, you know what I'm saying, that night. who had the better matches that night. Just think about, oh my God, they just brought the Justice Society of America together. They just got this team. This person just showed up. Oh man, Superman Legacy was a throwback to the Donner cut. You know what I'm saying? Look at the way that he took care of Superman and Clark Kent. We benefit off of that. So give James Gunn a chance, and we go rock this thing out. So what do you guys think? Are you excited about Superman Legacy after the success of Guardians of the Galaxy? Make sure you put it in the comment section below. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never, and The Rock means ever, miss one of my videos. All right, man, I'm about to get out of here. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Blues House is the house. So that is BLU' house. Go follow, like, share, subscribe. If you can't spell Blues House, and I just spelled it for you, you don't need to show up. You don't need that type. You don't need that type of pressure. You don't need none of that. You know what I mean? But make sure you guys are checking out everything that we're doing here at the Dre Mac Show, and make sure that you
just wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
Man, can I finish my monologue at least? Dang. All right, man. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Dre Mac Show. Again, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos, especially when I'm live. These are live shows that I'm taping, so make sure that you guys are tuning in. 45 minutes of your time. That's really all I ask for. If I go a little longer, that's my fault. But I got to get up out of here. Peace and vibe power, y'all. Y'all have a excellent rest of your Monday. Where's my outro at? If you came to this part of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you want to get a little bit more personal with me, make sure that you follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe.